Okay, it's Sunday. No, it's not. It's Tuesday. Are we still in a pandemic? Is that an airplane overhead? What is going on here? And why am I back on your show?
Yes, you are back on my show, and this is The Five with me, Wendy Cooper. And, the other day I posted one of the Wendy Cooper shows, which is my other podcast, which actually has guests, and I create these story views. Anyway, I posted it in air on Libsyn under this show. And then I found the next day after I had actually deleted it that it was still there. So I left it there. So the episode before this is a rare treat.
And what has that got to do with me being back here? I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. Didn't we call it quits about 6 months ago?
We didn't call it quits. I just kind of stopped talking to you for a while.
Remember the first episode I was on with you? And I think I was the cop, and you were on your way to the salon. It was your first time going to the salon after COVID.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I totally remember that. And you know what? It's still COVID.
I know. I think that first time that I made my first premiere appearance, I don't know, maybe it was episode number 3 or 4 or 5.
Yeah, it was. And this is episode number 148.
It's pretty awesome to think about, right? 148 episodes. Although you stopped doing them consistently every day after a while, right?
Yeah, I think I got to about episode 128 and I said, okay, that's freaking enough. I was just trying to be accountable and I was trying to do it for actually a year, which is 358 episodes.
Wendy, no, it's not. It's 352 if you did them every single day.
I can't count anymore, I swear.
No, you can't.
I don't really know what's happening to me. I think I'm getting bored. I'm getting distant. I'm feeling confused. I want to find what's right. I want to do what I love. I want to find my purpose. What is it?
Blah, 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 blah. You sound like a broken record. You sound like one of those, I'm doing an impression here, but you sound like one of those people you interview on your other show.
Oh boy, here we go about my other show. I know it's totally different.
Yeah, it is. Actually, I really like the episode before this one where you kind of screwed up and put your other show on this show so people had to listen to your other show on this show.
Hey,
it's for horses.
Anyway, look, I just, it's tough trying to figure out something to talk about all the time, especially when you're just staring at a microphone and nobody's talking back.
Well, you should just use that new app, that thing, Clubhouse or something, where people can talk back.
Yeah, I know. Been a month and a half on Clubhouse. Kind of gives me anxiety just to even think about all of the people right now. Yakety, 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 yakety. I'm so great. I'm so this. I think that. Blah, blah, blah.
Why don't you tell me how you really feel?
Honestly, bud, I don't really know how I feel about it. I think it's I think it has its value, but when I see people that I highly respect and have a lot of, seriously, a lot of professional respect for, worrying about how many followers they have, that is weird to me.
And that bothers them.
Yeah, tremendously so. It's crazy.
Does it bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me. The amount of my followers has never bothered me, ever, and on any social media.
Okay. Continue. I think that's French for continue.
I spend a lot of time by myself. I spent a lot of time for the past few years by myself. I've spent a lot of time by myself. I've spent way too much time by myself. That's why you exist.
I know. But don't tell people that.
So when I first got on Clubhouse and I saw, and you can listen to all my thoughts in episode 130, 131, and 132, by the way, I thought this is kind of cool. This is great.
And what changed for you? Besides the weather, Wendy?
It was when I heard people that I really respected worry about their follower account like a bunch of teenagers. That just really got me.
So grown men and women kind of worried about who's following them? I mean, Explain that to me.
Well, it's a little bit like junior high, right? So Clubhouse by nature is Clubhouse, and there's these clubs, and then there's subclubs, and which the definition of a club is like a clique, and and once you're on there and you have 0 followers, but yet you are very well known in your world and are used to that, that is very damaging to the ego. And when I saw people that I seriously respected in rooms, and all they could talk about was analytics and followers, it was like weird.
So in other words, you started to lose respect for those people that you actually admired.
Yeah. I started to think, what the hell is wrong with the world? These people that I have really admired, written books, respected for years, they're whining and crying and trying to figure out the same shit I'm trying to figure out. They're no different than me, except I really don't give a shit about my followers.
And that's why you really don't give a shit about being an influencer. Because, Wendy, you have spent most of your career for 27 years influencing people and doing right by them. You realize that, right?
I do. But what I liken it to is like being, the little person down there in the room. And if I get to raise my hand and maybe somebody sees it and they go, oh, yes, look, she's cute, I'll let her up to speak. And then if they don't think you're cute, or they don't think you maybe have anything good to say, they're going to just ignore you.
I can imagine. I can just see you down there going, let me speak, sir, let me speak.
I do. And then I wait like an hour sometimes because I really want to say something. And then when
Anytime you meet this old body, this beautiful body that you call blood, to bounce ideas off of, just to talk to, I'm always here for you. You know that.
Yeah, bud. That's what I love about you.
But that's not the way to go. You got to raise your hand in school now. That's how to show the world you know. So
Thanks for listening, everyone. Stay healthy, stay safe. You can visit me at wendycooper.com and find me on Clubhouse occasionally.
It's typical. She never thanks me for anything. What am I, chap liver?